Right, I gave up on changing my new washing machine because, as you know from my blog, I made a bit of a mistake. Did I? Well, the motor stopped working. So I'm replacing the taps on my old bathroom basin. So there's the old tap, all lime scaly and leaked, and that's the basin. And there's the pedestal that the basin sits on top of. And that's the position that the pedestal goes into. And that's the pipework that takes the waste down under the sink, round the corner, and all the way up to the underneath the bath. Right. Okay. So now, and that's where the basin is fixed to, over these two bolts there. Okay, so if you hold on 1 second, basin. So, welcome back. There's the basin fitted on top of the pedestal, and that pushes forward, 2 holes there onto the 2 nuts there, do them up, and that's it. So it's fairly easy to change to new taps. Waste pipe underneath. Right, before I did anything on this bathroom, as far as taking it apart, I wanted to turn the water supply off. So there's a little screw on the side on these valves, and when it's in line, water comes out. I turn it 90 degrees, little screw on the side, water stops coming out. So if I did that right here and now, which I'm not going to go do it, and turn that there, water comes out. Anyway, that valve there. So there's that valve there, with that valve. So I screw that one in there, that one in there, and then this connects to the bottom of the tap, that way up. So that goes on top of there, again with a little valve in there, and that on there, and screws that up, and it makes it all watertight. So remember, the tap goes on the end of there. Let's just get a tap. On the end of there. Screws up. Right. Right. Here's the old tap with a lot of lime scale, and it was leaking a little bit. So that's the smaller thread, so that means that it's a sink basin fitting. Right, and here is the new one, and that's the larger thread, so that means that goes on the bath with a little nut on the back. So that is my new one. says hot there. And there's the two sink ones. They obviously come in a pair, and the two bath ones. And the old one. Look at that. It's not even worth keeping. Right. This basin drainage pipe has to be fitted before the basin goes back into its position. See, and the rubber plug is dropped in there and stops your water go down while you're having a wash and all that. So you put a tiny bit of this putty around the back of the flange there, where my index finger is pointing, and then that's dropped into there, and it's got a tiny bit of putty around the inside, plumber's putty or whatever, and then on the back to tighten it up there's a washer and then a nut, and that is about that. So that's that putty pipe into hole. Right, returning to my bathroom project of replacing old taps with new taps. There's the basin that you may have seen, and those are the two holes that the taps will come up from the other way. Okay, so the tap goes into the sink hole, the nut screws on the back and clamps the tap in place, and then this coupling is joined to there, screwed tight, makes it, and the rubber seal makes it watertight. And you may remember from the previous video that screws into, or the gland screws onto that thread when that's on the copper pipe coming up through the floor. Okay, so there's the waste pipe, basin waste pipe fitted. So you just push that through and do this screw up. Okay, what I will say about doing nuts up on these sort of fittings is, yes, use a spanner just to twist it together, but there's no need to sort of really crank on there and do it up. You just wanting to get a nice seal which water won't come out of. So there's the taps, various tools, and basin. Right, I'll then pause for a minute. Right, well, the wonders of modern science. There's the tap in the top of the basin and the other side of the basin, and on the other side, the ends of the taps that are coming out, and I've screwed those nuts down. There's a rubber washer in there and a rubber washer behind there, and do them up tight, and remember that screws onto there. Get the hang of that. Right, there you go. Doesn't it look all nice and shiny and clean? Right, there's the basin screwed back to the wall with the new taps and the newly cleaned bath plug. That's bits of putty on there. Right, so that's screwed to the wall, and just those fittings from the taps. You see the valve screws on there, and to the pipe, joined to the pipe there. So then, right, and finally I put all the soil pipe back in, not soil pipe, the drainage pipe. Yeah. So there we are, fitting new taps. And go back to it after an hour or so, and if you see any sort of wet patches, just tighten those nuts up a little bit, I suppose. But all I did was finger tight, then a little turn, slight turn with a spanner, so slight resistance on the ring, and you really don't need to over tighten things. So, got no leaks, clean bath, and now I will do the bath taps, which is exactly the same thing.